everyone loves. The pivot. We love that cinematic moment where the hero transforms their life overnight. But let's peel back the curtain on the truth nobody talks about. Let's talk about day 412. On day 412, there's no audience. There's no viral moment. It's just you, a cold cup of coffee, and a monitor that hasn't paid you a single cent. Yet, most people fail because they are sitting around, waiting for a big bang of success, waiting for some kind of sign. But the 4K warrior, they know the reality. Greatness, it isn't a single event. It's a chemical reaction. It's the friction caused by doing the exact same boring work perfectly. For 2,000 days in a row, here is the reality. Your brain is wired to keep you safe. It's a defense mechanism, not a success mechanism. When you try to learn a new skill, be it coding, design, or trading, your brain feels literal pain. You feel a deep, heavy exhaustion. This is cognitive friction. Your neurons are trying to forge new paths, but the old roads in your head, they are thick, and they are fast. This is why you feel stupid for the first 6 months. You start insulting yourself, thinking you lack talent or that you just can't do it. But really, you just lack the patience to wait for your brain to rewire itself. A warrior doesn't look for flow. They look for the burn. They lean into it. They understand that the feeling of being stuck isn't failure. It's the sound of progress. Don't back down, just because it hurts. We talk about grind culture, but we never talk about monastic living. True success demands that you build a school, a monastery inside your own mind, a place that pushes you forward at every single stage. While everyone else is multitasking, scattering their focus across 10 different apps, just to stay comfortable, just to avoid fatigue, the warrior practices singularity. They stand alone and they choose one hill. They decide that even if it takes 5 years or 10, they will not look at another mountain. This is boring day mastery. It's the ability to say no to the party, no to the trend, and no to the shortcut. You have to train your brain to understand this. Warriors choose the path of most resistance because that's where the competition is the thinnest, and that's where the reward lasts forever. Imagine heating an ice cube. You go from 25 degrees to 26, nothing. 28 to 29, still nothing. 31 degrees, it's still just a piece of ice. Then, at 32 degrees, it melts. A 1-degree shift changed everything. But the real work? It happened in those degrees where nothing seemed to be moving. This is the Plateau of Latent Potential. You're putting in the hours, but the melt hasn't happened yet. This is where the average person falls. And instead of standing back up, they decide they've failed. But they are actually just at 31 degrees. The 4K warrior, they keep pushing because they know the physics of the universe dictates that 32 degrees is coming. You have to prepare yourself for every single degree. Don't ignore the physics of the process. When that melt finally happens and you reach your destination, the world will call it luck. They won't see the 1,999 days of boring, repetitive, painful work. They only see it from the outside. They didn't feel the friction or the depth of the struggle. But you saw the shadows. You felt the grind. You didn't just build a business or a skill. You built a character that can survive any storm. You aren't just a person anymore. You are a standard, high definition, high discipline, and zero excuses. Stop looking for the invisible man. Stop comparing yourself to the people you see on social media. Stop waiting for silent power. Look at your calendar and understand your 2,000-day war begins the moment you stop looking for the easy exit and start loving the boring day. That is the question you have to answer: the easy way or the boring way? If you look for the easy way, you will never find yourself. But if you choose the boring path, you will find yourself standing free under an open sky. I am the 4K warrior. Subscribe.